Initially, when I was writing the script, I had some joke planned about, like, unleashing your inner alpha wolf or whatever, but I almost died of cringe, like, with how bad it sounded, and I've also probably forgotten the joke. Well, no, I have forgotten it. Probably for good reason. Anyways, we got WOLBORG back. Kinda. Like, I've only seen the first season of the classic Beyblade series in full, and I love the final battle between Tyson and Tala, and much like the other Bakuten-inspired base, it retains its original typing and stamina, although, like I said earlier, that's how the other base have been so far from the previous gens, so this really doesn't come as a surprise. Starting with the blade, this is pretty interesting. This is the first time in X3 we've had any sort of real free spin gimmick, and I also really do like that the more the UX line keeps going, we get more and more interesting and more intricate designs, especially since the whole point of UX is to make, well, more unique designs. I think it's the second time I've used that to describe the design philosophy of a line. But anyways, as far as competitive uses goes, it does seem interesting. The free spinning clear wheel at the bottom does seem to be a little bit hit or miss whether or not it'll actually be, you know, quote-unquote free spin, but the weight is what surprised the hell out of me. It sits around 36.7-ish grams for the average that I've seen, so it's not really like a heavyweight hitter, but it's also on the higher end of average, which would make another insane stamina type being better used in a defensive application. The ratchet on Silver Wolf is 380, and as I'll say with all 80 heights, you're just better off using anything else. There's not really many instances I can think of the 80 height being beneficial, and if you are going to use anything taller than 60, you're probably going to be better off on something like, you know, the 70 height, which is, I guess, would be okay for this, but generally not with the shape of the blade at least. The bit with Silver Wolf is freeball, and it's certainly something. Like, it's the first quote-unquote free spin bit, but only because of how it plugs into the ratchet. It lacks a little teeth on it, but it only seems like it will work properly with UX, since their gear chip doesn't spin, whereas on BX, their gear chips do spin. I mean, maybe it'll work okay on the BX release, I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. The way it's designed too, it's like a strange in-between of ball and orb, but I don't know if I would choose this really over either. Like, it really depends. Ball seems to have a little bit more stamina despite the lack of free spin, but also free ball does suffer from the same stability issues that orb suffers from, which is just really easy to knock over, and it's just like that really strange in-between that'll find its niche. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Full combo-wise, this looks pretty nice. It's a super round bay. It's not as round as, say, Wizard Rod, but it's nowhere near as recoily as Whale Wave, and hopefully this can hold up in our test battles to see how good the Free Spin Wolf really is. Thank you for those who watched to the very end of the video. If you haven't, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my Instagram down below and all that other cool stuff. Also, if you feel inclined and haven't already done so, join the Discord link down below. It's a server full of Beyblade fans of any and all generations, and we'd love to bring more people back into the hobby, or fans who are just looking for a community to get involved with.